Hey, yo, this is your girl, Melanin Audacity, and thank you for tuning in to the Master Elements Podcast.
Smash the elements. Smash the elements. Smash the elements. Smash the elements.
Oh. Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to the Master Element Podcast. This is your girl, Melanin Audacity. I'm here with my two co-hosts, Sincere Love to God, DJ RP Beats. What's going on, fellas?
What up, what up? What's up, Queen?
Peace.
You
Back
can
in the
catch
building.
us
We back up in this
across
bitch.
all social media platforms. Me at Melanin Audacity, Sincere Love to God, and DJ RP Beats. All of us, Facebook, Instagram, what else? What am I missing? Twitter?
Yeah, Twitter.
And of
Everything.
course here on YouTube. Yeah, everything. So on tonight's Ep.7, we are going to talk about Farrakhan's July 4th.
And it's on the 7th, and it's on number 7. We're gonna talk about Farrakhan. Let's get it.
Yes. Farrakhan's July 4th speech, and then we have some other little incidental topics that we'll cover because we want to really get into the Farrakhan piece. Did you want me to pull up your article or do you want to set it up?
The criterion. I don't even remember the article I sent you, but you could pull it up. Tell me what the headline was.
The headline is
just to get into the topic a little bit. Oh, what's the headline?
It's Farrakhan is betraying today's black slaves. I sure want to get into that. I didn't have a chance to read it though. Do you remember it?
I forgot what it even says, but yeah, we're gonna pull that up in a minute.
Okay.
So
I'm locked and loaded.
Farrakhan addressed the world last week, almost 2 weeks ago now, on the 4th of July. And his address to the world entitled The Criterion. You know what I'm saying? Leading up to the address, him promoting it and all that stuff, it was supposed to be broadcasted on Fox's network that they have, Fox Soul. And the dude, Jake Tapper from CNN, had put out a tweet condemning Fox Soul for having Farrakhan on their platform, giving him a platform, of course, calling him an anti-Semite, you know what I'm saying? Same old trick. They've been running that on him, you know, like I said, my whole life. But,
yeah, that I do know.
And so, of course, Fox Soul pulled out. They ended up pulling out. But shout out to Revolt TV. Shout out to Puff because Puff did air it. And I respect that. You know what I'm saying? But also, you know, they got their own platform anyway. You know what I'm saying? You go to NOI.org and you can watch all of their live streams. You know what I'm saying? You can get the books. You can get all the literature and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? From over the years. You could find material to defend the minister, you know what I'm saying, against these anti-Semitic claims and allegations that they have against him, false allegations that they've been raising against him forever and a day. There's plenty of information on there that you could look up where it's in the words of the Jewish people themselves. They're calling Farrakhan an anti-Semite for books that he's written that have direct quotes from their own scholars. He's quoting their own scholars, and they're saying that this is anti-Semitic material. So go check out the work from the minister. Go check out the address that he did last week from the Garden. Like we said in the last episode, the only celebrity that I recognized in the crowd was Nick Cannon. So shout out to Nick Cannon for not being afraid to stand behind the minister as well.
Right.
Since then, a lot of celebrities, sports athletes and stuff like that have come out to show support for the minister, and all of them are getting backlash. All of them are getting punished in one form or another, you know what I'm saying, by the ownership class in whatever industry that they're in, you know what I'm saying? And it's just unfortunate, man, you know what I'm saying, that a lot of black people still don't understand. They still don't get the trick. You know what I'm saying? Especially a lot of the high profile black people, because you notice a lot of them are very quiet right now, and they're not really, it's a lot going on. So you would think that certain people would be using their platforms to kind of speak out. There's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? And the majority of these high profile celebrities are very quiet right now. And I'm not
Yeah,
saying things can't be going on
that's
behind the scenes and all that,
right.
but you know what I mean? That's kind of sketchy. So, you know, shout out to people like Nick Cannon, who's not afraid to get out there and, you know what I mean, just be a man.
And he
Just be a
shouldn't
man.
be afraid to speak the truth, to use his platform to educate those of us who don't know or understand it. I don't understand what the problem is. Where, if it's not true, where are their receipts to rebuke or rebut? Sorry, what he's saying. Where are their receipts?
They don't
I
have
don't
it.
see nobody put no receipts. Maybe it's in this article
Great
that
question.
you
They don't have
sent
any.
me. And so we have to have the mindset that every time somebody says something bad against someone trying to enlighten you, you need to question that person's motive.
Vet that.
What
Yes,
is their
vet that.
motives to, and then you'll take his job away. He done made them how many millions of dollars, although he made himself money, but he deserved the salary. He was
Yeah,
working.
of
You
course.
understand what I'm saying? So why would you take away his job for speaking the truth when he's not he never presented as a rabbi, as far as I know. Then turned around and went against what, you know, they feel. I could see them feeling crossed if that was the case, which is not. He's always presented as a black man. So why is it that him telling the truth about where we come from, so we understand, because it's not in none of your school books. You're not teaching us that in our school books. And because you've written these books, and because now we can read, which we also need to understand that they never intended for us to read. So they was writing their truths. And now that we can read with comprehension, they mad. They still mad because we know how to read.
That's
Trust
it.
me.
That's
They
it.
mad because we know
That's
how
the
to
bottom
read.
line.
We fought for our freedom, period. And they still trying to punish us for it. And by any means that's gonna keep their knee on our neck. You want to get to the article? Let me share the screen.
Yeah, you can pull the article up, man. You know what I mean? But we're not gonna let them deflect with these anti-Semitic stuff, man. It's not about anybody's religion, anybody's belief system. People are trying to hide behind these religions to mask their white supremacy, man, and that's what's going on. Okay, so this is from the Jewish Journal.
That's why I left it right there.
Okay, this is from the Jewish Journal. So we're gonna hear we're gonna hear them complaining about the minister here. Scroll down a little bit.
Title is.
Okay. The title is Farrakhan is betraying today's black slaves. Today's black slaves. That's a very peculiar way to word that sentence, by the way.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You know what I mean? The wording of that is like, really? Okay.
It speaks volumes. It speaks volumes.
Okay, Charles Jacobs.
Today's black slaves.
Today's black slaves.
Okay, Charles Jacobs. I hear you.
I hear you. Yep. I'm gonna tag him in this video.
Scroll up just a little bit.
Yeah, we could take that as the original Jews as being anti-Semitic.
Hello, calling us black slaves.
So, Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan is now the most popular and dangerous anti-Semite in America. Y'all been saying that since the 70s. Neo-Nazis and white supremacy. Yeah. Now I remember where they was going with this bullshit. Oh yeah. Okay. Neo-Nazis and white supremacists are surely a problem for Jews. Listen to what they say here. Listen to these bastards. Neo-Nazis and white supremacists are surely a problem for Jews, but polite society rejects them. Their best effort to date, a national rally in Charlottesville, VA, drew a few hundred people, whereas Farrakhan's rants excite adoring crowds many times the size. His online influence is growing. So let's stop right there. So they're trying to compare the words of Minister Farrakhan to the vile and violent actions of the neo-Nazis. Okay, Minister Farrakhan doesn't advocate putting nobody into no damn oven.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They're talking about the Charlottesville ride. Let's just take the Charlotte. They're trying
it's
to
funny how they forget what they do.
they're trying to minimize the neo-Nazis and the white supremacists to the Charlottesville riot. But at the Charlottesville riot, someone was killed. Someone lost their life. And people were injured.
If it was
That's
up to
like,
me, a whole bunch, you walk down the street with some torches and see, won't I throw some gasoline on? Oh, please. I don't even know why nobody thought of that shit. Sorry. I'll be right in jail eating bonbons, getting my commissary because I know y'all will have my back. But that's what it went down.
Exactly.
Straight up. Straight up. So yeah,
people were Kiki to 1839 or something. Yeah, okay.
Minister Farrakhan had not one, but 2 million man marches, and not one act of violence occurred at either of them.
Right.
Not one. Not one. He doesn't have any record of violence whatsoever.
Nope.
Him nor his organization.
Nope. But because they from the Mount Caucasus and they're prone to being violent and brutal, this is what they do. I think they hate that is who they are. I just thought of that. And they hate that we are not that. Because they can't help it.
I mean, you got to understand, you know what I'm saying? We the mothers and fathers of humanity. So these are our children. So of course, we're not going to have that spirit against them. You know what I'm saying? They are babies. You know what I'm saying? But you know, sometimes the children could develop that spirit against the parents sometimes, especially when they're going through adolescence. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Caucasians ain't been on the planet that long. So they still in the adolescent stages. If that, they still babies, really. They just got here. You know what I mean? So they just rebelling against their mamas and their papas. They know who we is.
Okay. What else about this article?
Unlike alt-right rallies, a Farrakhan event will never be shut down by tough throwing fists. Unlike white anti-Semites, Farrakhan has open sympathizers in positions of power. Open sympathizers in position of power. White supremacy has entire networks. You know what I'm saying? You got the whole entire Fox News who supports their rhetoric. What are you talking about? High profile. You're talking about a couple of celebrities that's actually got the balls to stand next to Farrakhan. You're comparing that to entire white supremacist infrastructure, entire white supremacist media apparatuses. Like this is the ridiculousness of their argument.
But they're also feeding fuel to the fire for their people to buy into this, because not everybody's intelligent enough to understand that this is rhetoric. And that's why ignorance is what they're counting on. Again, they never wanted us to know how to read, but those of them who do know how to read still don't understand and know because they simple.
Exactly.
Or not interested.
Most people don't make it.
Really know, go read and find out the truth.
Most people don't make it past the headline, so they're hoping the headline, with the headline, the damage is already done.
Yes, because that today's black slaves. I want to get to that part, please. Where these motherfuckers at?
Wow.
No. Right. Where is today's black slaves at? And what he mean by that? And so you could say that about us and not be an anti-Semite. Is that how it goes? Do as you say and not as you do. I'm a grown up. I make my own decisions. I come to my own conclusions of reading whether or not this is some bullshit or does this make sense or is this logical or reasonable. That's how my brain works. If it doesn't kind of jive together, I'm not falling for it. It's not going to happen with me. Although I'm not like everyone or most people. And there are people like me, yes, as well. But those of us who can read through this, we ain't buying none of this stuff anyway. And that's the scary part is some people will read this and buy into it and then fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
Right.
Yeah. I don't want to read no more of that garbage. Oh, that was the headline. You can scroll back up.
Because this whole, in the early 1990s, African Muslim refugee launched an American movement to free Black chattel slaves in North Africa. Oh, so they talking about the slaves that they still keep in North Africa in the 90s? Or is this Muhammad Ati person, he's an African Muslim refugee?
I don't
Oh,
know what that.
he launched a movement to free them in North America. Yeah,
I don't know what.
I
What
was
the hell they're
trying to
talking
get
about.
to the part where who was today's black
That's
slave
just the
who's he
headline.
talking about. That's
That.
I'm just trying to scroll down and see. Yeah,
Okay,
because
so
Africa
they so
seeking a
okay.
passageway to Europe are being caught in enslaved. Today, there could be as many as 35,000 Africans in bondage to Arab masters in Sudan. These type of black people continue to serve as slaves to Arab and Berber masters. The black Muslim soldiers of Boko Haram in Nigeria enslaved black Christians.
Okay. And what does this have to do with what Farrakhan is talking about? Nothing at all have to do with
Yeah,
Farrakhan's comments.
that's what I was looking for. Yeah. Well, somebody said, "Why are you silent on the mistreatment of Ethiopian Jews in Israel?" We say that. Say nothing about that. Well, anyway, so this rhetoric right here, this Jewish journal and this chart. A shout out to Charles Jacob. I will, like I said, I will tag him in this video so he can know exactly that we are woke and up on his bullcrap article. So, all right, so let's move
What is
on
punk
to
ass?
some shout outs and some good news. I mean, not all of it, but some of it is worth mentioning. Oh, the Jill Scott, Kyle Quiero.
Yeah,
What's wrong
yeah,
with him? Who is
yeah,
this? Who is this
yeah.
reject? Couldn't even, they released him. You soft ass nigga. And you got hurt before you could become a player. You was a bum. That's it. And then that fake XFL team got disbanded. Now you won't have a job, nigga. So you know what? F you and the whole crew you roll with. Talking about are you out your mind? Are people still attracted to Jill Scott? You goddamn right they are. And they try to make it seem like that's not how he meant it or whatever the case. Well, no, nigga. That's why you got to be careful with your little Twitter fingers and what you typing. If you're not sure the words you using, you go ask your mama or your girlfriend or look in the damn dictionary and see what they mean before you type them. Because you played yourself. He's the donkey of he's the donkey of the day. I wish I had a donkey like Charlemagne on here, but I don't have an animal sound. He's a jackass of the day. He played her out, but Twitter went automatically. Jill ain't even really had to say nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah. You know Jill gonna be a queen. You know Jill gonna be
yeah,
classy and all that. You know what I'm saying? But like I always like to point out, that's not one of us, man. He's a non-foundational Black American with that bullshit, man. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Quiero.
That's,
Yeah, so you're
I forgot where he's
dismissed.
from. I forgot where he's from, but that's not us with that
Yeah, well,
bullshit.
I hope
Because
you never
the thing
get
I don't
another
like,
contract.
the thing I don't like, sisters, is a lot of y'all try to put that bullshit on all of us. See, black man this, black man that. Nah, don't put that dusty nigga on us. He don't represent us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all try to take the lowest denominator of the dustiest nigga and make him the representative for black men. Nah, it don't work like that, sis. We ain't
Nope.
on that bullshit. We ain't on that bullshit. We love you, Jilly
Nope.
from Philly. We love you, Jilly from Philly.
That's right. I know
Crazy.
I do. Yes, ma'am.
Crazy.